Hello everybody, StikyPiston here, back with another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build this here customizable X to Y shop in Minecraft Java Edition. So let's get into it. Now the shop has a ratio of, as I said, X to Y. So for any X amount of items you put in, you will get Y amount of items out. And so it is a bit laggy, the recording. Let me fix it. Okay, no, never mind. Sorry, I can't fix it. My window capture for some reason doesn't show up in OBS, so I have to use the full screen capture. So sorry if it is a bit laggy. But anyways, yeah, you can see the shop is incredibly compact. It fits in just a 3 wide area, although it does go far back and down a decent amount, but it still fits perfectly in its footprint here. Although note, it is, even though it does fit in, it is not tileable, so you will need at least a 1 block gap if you plan to have multiple of these in line with each other. But anyways, let's get on with the resource list. So for this you will need, I'm gonna try to turn on my render distance further, see if that helps. 2 chunks. Okay, let's see if just disabling the render distance further helps. Looks like it does. Anyways, we are going to need decoration blocks. In my case, I'm going to be using smooth quartz. We need barrels, specifically 2 of them, I believe. Might actually need 3. No, I think it's 2. Note, this list may be missing a block or 2. I am sorry if that is the case. I just kind of did this a bit hastily, and I can already see that you need a redstone block, and I haven't put that on the list. So yeah, I need a redstone block. Item frames, some sort of payment items. Specifically, you're going to need 64 of them. And then you're going to need the items you're going to sell. In my case, I have golden carrots here. You're also going to need any type of solid block to put your redstone on. In my case, I am using different colors of concrete. You're going to need hoppers, observers, a copper bulb, note blocks, droppers, redstone dust, comparators, torches, repeaters. You're going to need target blocks, you're going to need chests, sticky pistons, and then you're going to need any type of glass you're going to need as well. And then also you are going to need a bunch of junk items that you don't mind throwing away that we're going to put in here to set the amount of items you are selling, and in this dropper here to set the price. But anyways, yeah, let's get on with the tutorial. So the first thing I am going to do is just kind of like set block, I forgot you need spaces on Java, bedrock, like so. And then we are going to grab out, do I not have barrels in here? 7A. I don't have barrels in my thing here. Anyways, we're gonna need, and then I also want item frames. I am also gonna take some diamonds. And then also I like to have this glazed terracotta here, just for like the look of it. Anyways, we're gonna place the 2 barrels down here, either side of this block. Then I am gonna place the terracotta here with this, and then just place like so. Now I am sorry that the sounds for placing blocks are off. It's because I turned off my block sounds because of these dispensers here which constantly click, which is a downside of this design. I couldn't figure out a way to not have that. So yeah, it's best to turn down your block sounds. Anyways, I'm going to put my item frames here. I'm going to put my diamond in here. And I guess we're also going to sell golden carrots in the shop here. So put those there. Oh yeah, right, I don't have mouse tweaks. There we go. So this is going to be the front end of the shop, where you basically put in your items. Oh yeah, I didn't even demonstrate the shop. Oh my. So anyways, yeah, let's just take a side tangent here quickly. You can see it's 4 diamonds for 5 golden carrots. So you do have to put your items in one at a time. You can't just put all 4 in at once, because else it will break the system. And then you should see that eventually here, you see that the redstone line flashes a lot actually. And then you see 5 golden carrots. Now anyways, yeah, back to the tutorial. So we are going to need to come with our hoppers here. So you want to place 1 hopper here, then temporary block here, 1 down, a hopper facing to that side like so. So you see one's facing into this block here, and one's facing to the right hand side, there where the sun is. So you can see just like that. Then we are going to need a chest, if I can find it. Yep, there it is. You need to put a chest there. And then we're going to need to start with the item sorter. So we want this sort of shape. Hold on now, I can't see. I like that. We're going to need a 1, 2, 3, like this sort of shape, and then this on top like so, I do believe. Yep. Then we are going to need a comparator here, repeater here, dust on both of these blocks, I want to say. No. Comparator here, repeater facing that way within a torch like so, and that will complete the sorting circuit, although we do need to get a stack of your payment items. And then, hold on, we do also need a redstone block. If we get a redstone block and place it here by this comparator, and then do we put it in subtract mode? No, we don't. So just leave it as is with the, no, the redstone block doesn't go there, I'm stupid. It goes here, level with the chest, and then you get a dust. And you place the dust there. Anyways, you're going to need a stack of your diamonds or payment item, put them in here, and then you need 4 stacks of junk items that you don't mind throwing away and that will never be put into your system. Me personally, I like to use structure voids or barrier blocks, because obviously those will never enter your system, but in survival mode you obviously won't have access to those, so just use something cheap that will never be thrown into your system, like dirt or something. Anyways, we're going to fill it up like so, and then you should see that this ticks down to 63 diamonds and then stops, and you should see that the diamond ends up in this hopper here. Do not take it out, just leave it there, it's fine. Next up, we are going to do this circuit here. So we are going to grab a observer, face it upwards like so into a copper bulb here, and then we want to build a block here, here, like so. Yep, no, but remove that block. Then you're gonna want to put a comparator there, dust all along, and then a note block there, and then you want stained glass here, or any type of glass, and then just put that there. And this, basically what this does is whenever you put a diamond in, it will then tick the system down, because this system here counts how many diamonds you still owe to the system. It will just tick that counter down. Then we're gonna need to place a dropper here and a hopper facing into it. Then we're going to place a block here, one up, remove that block, place a torch there, and then what we want to do is come with our blocks again, place a block here, one down, remove that block, one out, then come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks like so. Then you want to place comparators going in this direction and then in this direction. Place dust like so to create a pulse extender. Then place a block there, block here, one up, remove that block. Then place a repeater here, I do believe. Yep. Except no, this must be glass. And then place your repeater like so into a torch facing upwards. That's why this glass is here, to avoid powering the circuit. So what this torch will do is... I messed something up, didn't... Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. We didn't put anything in the dropper yet. Okay, now I was confused for a second. Disregard me, I'm being stupid here. Next up, then, that should actually be all of that. Then, what we want to do is do this purple circuit, which is a bit of a mess, but, bear with me for a second. So, we want to come here to where this glass is, come temporary block 1 down, remove that block, and then place dust like so. Then place temporary block here, 1 down, remove that block, temporary block here, 1 down, 1 to the side like so, also remove that block. Then we want to create yet another pulse extender, like so. And then you want to place dust here along these blocks like so. And make sure that these comparators are facing in the opposite direction to what we did up here. So these two must be facing into this block, and these two must be facing away from the block. So now you see that the pulse is being extended. Then we are going to place a block here, 1 down, remove that block. Block here, 1 down, 1 out, remove that block. Then place dust here. Repeater there into, we have a block there already. Then we want a torch with a sticky piston on it. Then we want to grab an observer, place temporary block here, observer there. Make sure that the faces of these are pointing into each other, so that in theory if this torch was extended, then the observers would be firing. But let me just put that repeater back now. There we go. Then what we want to do is come onto this block here, place a torch like so, place a sticky piston facing downwards. It should not activate. Huh? No it should, I'm dumb. No, it shouldn't. It's because I'm stupid. Okay. Place a block underneath it, then the sticky piston, and then place a dust on top of it, like so. That's how that works. I'm dumb. I can't remember my own design because it's huge. What do we need to accomplish now? We need observers. We're gonna make basically just observer spam, because we all love a good observer spam. We want to place an observer here, then one here, 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 like so, in a circle, so you see that they start activating each other. Then place 2 observers like so, so you see it kind of looks like that. And then we're gonna want to place a block here, 1 block down, 1 to the side to remove that block. Then we want to place a target block here, another block here, I believe. Yep, and then we want to place a repeater going into this block, and then click it once to set it to 2 ticks, and then place a dust here. So you see, if we place a torch on top, then the torch starts to flicker. The reason we're doing all of this madness here with this extra circuit is because on Java, for some stupid reason, a torch cannot be activated by just one one-tick input. You actually need 2 one-tick inputs to turn on and off the torch, except now it's not. Okay, there we go. Now it's turning back on and off. I can't breathe. What exactly do we need to do next? I just realized that I repeated a color here, but whatever. It's fine. So now we want a dropper. We want a temporary block here, dropper facing upwards. Another dropper facing upwards, dropper facing to the front of the bolt, like so. Then place hopper, another hopper into then a chest, with another hopper facing into the chest, like so. No. No, sorry, we needed hopper, chest, hopper. Count how many times in this video I say the word hopper. Then we want to place a block here, and then a comparator facing out of this middle hopper, like so, into then a block, into a torch, into a block, into a torch. That what was that voice crack? Into the, no, that's a dispenser. Into a dropper facing upwards into this barrel. And that completes that circuit. Not actually, does that complete everything? It might actually. Yeah, it does look like that's everything. I am actually kind of dumbfounded right now. I did not think it was that much, or that quick rather. Anyways, now it's time to grab out more junk items, because now we are going to set the price and amount of items. Except first, I do think we should place our selling items into the stropper here. So we said that we're gonna be selling, what was it, golden carrots. So let's just grab some golden carrots here and put them into the stropper here, like so. Make sure it is this dropper here, the one facing into the barrel. Then we want to go ahead and set the price, and we do that in this dropper here. So you see where the input barrel is, then the observer, then this dropper here. We want to, in here we want to put as many junk items as the amount of items we want the price to be. So let's say I want to charge 6 diamonds for our golden carrots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now the price is 6 diamonds. And what I do recommend you do is just use like a sign, for example. So I like to do it is have signs within die. So I do believe this was the die combination that I used. So let's say 6 diamonds. No, it was not that. It was cyan dye, wasn't it? Yep, it was cyan dye. There we go. And then, yep, so you can see the price is 6 diamonds. And then, and now we want to set the Y part of the ratio. So this will denote how many items you will get after paying the price. So let's say I want you to get 8 golden carrots. So let's put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, I forgot to do something here. Did I do the whole thing 1 block off? No, I didn't. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. What we want to do, place a block on top of the torch here. We want to do that. So you should see that there's 8 back in here, and let's just take out any that escaped here. So make sure that block is in place there, and you see that there's now 8 there. So let's just 8 golden carrots. Like so. And then if you want, you can also just honeycomb the signs here. Just to make sure that no one can edit them. And now to test out our system. So if we grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds, then also I will do it from this camera angle here so that you can see how the system activates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one, 6, and you'll see that thing starts activating. We should get 8 pulses of the system, and there we go, 8 golden carrots. and then we can just go about our day now that we've purchased the items. But yeah, anyways guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If so, give it a like and also comment down below if you have any suggestions for what I should do next. Subscribe if you wish and hit that bell button to stay notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyways guys, that's it for me. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.